So in today's second reading, there was a guy named James, and he was writing to early Christians, and he said, you know what? He was telling people a couple weeks ago, we shouldn't say mean things to people, right? If we say mean things to people, that kind of makes them feel bad, doesn't it? But he says, you know what? Sometimes the reason we shouldn't do that is because it tears people down. Kind of like, I got a nice piece of paper here. You do? I got this nice piece of paper. Now, what would happen if I said, let's just tear it? Is it nice as it was? Yeah, probably not. And sometimes when we say something bad to somebody, like, I think that you're ugly, right? That is kind of like tearing somebody down. Or if I say, I don't like the clothes you're wearing, that's kind of like tearing things too, right? It would make you feel bad, like you got torn, right? But sometimes, James says, all we got to do is kind of look at them funny. If I look at you like, if I'm looking at you nicely, do you think I like you? Probably. What if I look at you like, or is this just silly? That could just be silly. But sometimes if I just like, I look at you like, you have better toys than I do. I don't like you. Oh, yeah, like that. Or you live in a nicer house than I do. I don't like you. Or if I look at you and go, you don't look like me or my other friends. Right now, that doesn't look so good, does it? It's all messed up. Are there others? If we found somebody and they had been sort of told like that, what are some things we could do to help them feel better? What's something like that? Yeah, well, we could say, like, I'm sorry somebody was mean to you, right? And that would be like taking a piece of tape here, right? And we could, it's still torn, but it's a little bit better, right? And what else could we do? Other people, maybe we'll just say they were wrong. We don't have to call other people stupid because that's doing like this, right? So we could maybe not do that. So somebody want to put a piece of tape on one of the tears? Could put a piece of tape on one of the tears. What else could we do? Could you tell somebody you like them? Would that be good? You want to put a piece of tape on that? Put a piece of tape there. You tape that one up. Anything else we could do? Yeah, tape is hard sometimes. That's why it's really important we don't make tears in the first place. We could have done that. Could we try to help somebody by being their friend? We could do that. Who wants to put a piece of tape on there? You want to put a piece of tape on there? You can put a piece of tape on one of those tears. So all of these things we can do. Sometimes people do or say things to other people that make them feel torn like that, but there are things we can do to help people to mend and to feel better. And that's one of the things that we should do as Christians, not just to not tear people, but to help people who feel like they've been torn a little bit to feel better. What do you think? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah. And that tears people down when they get judged on color of their skin or something like that. So did somebody say this is really rude, you shouldn't say that? Yeah. Right. So that's one way is when we say this, like, that's wrong. You can't do that. That's a bad thing to do. What else? Yeah, that's what brothers do. But he actually does love you, though. That's the thing. One more thing. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They said anything but you.
So they're just being mean. Yeah. But asking people, hey, if you're saying everything is stupid, find something that's not. See if they can answer that question, because sometimes they can't.
Yeah, and then I said, whether you said that anything stupid, so how's that? I don't think it's
Yeah. But it calls them out and it says, hey, look, we shouldn't be tearing people like that. So, all right, let's say a prayer, okay? Dear God, thank you for healing us. Thank you for healing us and loving us and loving us. Help the words that we say, and the attitudes we show, to give healing to others, Amen. Amen. Thank you guys very much for coming up.